Hey guys, it's Zach and crypto is dead. Or should I say crypto 1.0 is dead? We are seeing a bunch of exchanges go out of business. Some of them are freezing withdrawals, so you won't be able to take your money out. And we have YouTubers and TikTokers saying, get your money out of there before you lose your life savings. When it came to crypto, I personally didn't even follow my own advice when it comes to investing, and I ended up buying Bitcoin at $60,000, and I think they're about 18 or 12,000 right now, and I will not check. I wanted to make this video to explain the entire crypto in the most basic way possible so you don't end up in the same situation as everybody else. This is probably the best crypto video you'll watch in your entire life. I'm trying not to laugh when I say this, but the reason why we made crypto is because we wanted to get away from regulation. We didn't believe in the system. We wanted privacy. We wanted to also make sure the money was not controlled by one person. SPF. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good people that are trying to make this happen, but then you have FTX and I don't know, Binance. Who else is going? Crypto.com. Everybody seems like they're going out of business. Disclaimer here, I am not a financial advisor of any sort. I'm just a real estate agent, loves making these videos, and it seems like you guys are loving them too. You guys subscribed like crazy on my last video. I didn't think I would get this many subscribers at this point, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. So let's break things down quickly. First, you have blockchain. Blockchain, I want you to look at it as a ledger, a list of transactions. So I'm going to put on the screen the Ethereum transaction list here. And the difference between a true decentralized ledger, a transaction list, a blockchain, versus the one that the bank keeps. The one that the bank has is private. They only see it. No one else can see it. It's stored at the bank at one location, versus a true decentralized blockchain is stored in small pieces on everybody's computers who've agreed to become miners, meaning they've downloaded an application and they're allocating resources to maintaining the blockchain, meaning validating transactions, and they get a transaction fee for that. If you've ever used LimeWire or these torrents, we used to call them, where you can download a movie, let's say a pirated movie. Once you download it, you become one of the peers on the network that also sends bits of this movie to other people who are looking to download. It's very difficult to shut that operation down because it's stored on so many computers with so many people that you just can't track it. That's what the blockchain is. So if you create a blockchain, you have now created your own personal central bank, and you will now issue money to be used by the user base, almost like a central bank would issue money for its population. And the crypto coins are basically that. Now you want to differentiate between coins and tokens, and we're going to talk about tokens next, but a coin is the native money used on that ledger, the blockchain. So ETH would be the money used on the Ethereum network, and the US dollar would be the money used by the Federal Reserve in the Federal Reserve's transaction list, and the Canadian dollars would be the one used by the Central Bank of Canada. If we want to differentiate between coins and tokens, we need to talk about NFTs. What an NFT is just a contract. Think of it that way. An NFT is basically has a date, something that is being exchanged, and let's say a sum of money. And that NFT, that contract, can be sold to other people over time. So if you were looking to sell your house, a title would be the NFT in real life. What you can do is you can create an NFT that says this house is part of this contract, and you can sell that contract to other people, and whoever owns that NFT at that point would own that house. And the reason why we're talking about that is because tokens, unlike coins, is pretty much a contract, similar to credit card points. So every time there's a transaction, you can use those points if you want to buy airline tickets, but the value of that is determined by somebody, and in this case it would be the bank. Or in case of a token, the liquidity pool and the market determines the price of that token. It's not that difficult to make a token. In fact, if you go on YouTube and search up make my own tokens, you will very quickly find videos that are 15 minutes in length that will explain the whole process, and you can follow it and make it as well. The early scams of this crypto market was exactly that, and CoffeeZilla makes fantastic videos on these rug pull schemes. So I'll put a link to his channel in the description. They're absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. I learned so much coffee. To sum up the scheme, this is how it would work. A dude named Sam would decide to create their own coin and call it a Cupcake Moon, let's say. They will issue 2 million of these tokens, but they'll hold on to it. And they'll go buy 10 of them for $5 US, let's say. And once this is done, it would set the price of each token at $5. And because we have 2 million of them issued, the cap of this coin would be $10 million. At this point, Sam is a millionaire on paper. You should do this too. You can walk around and say, I'm a millionaire now. However, what Sam does next is he goes to these insider groups, and these insider group people will start slowly buying the tokens. And since he's the one who's selling these tokens, he'll take that money, goes to Kim Kardashian, let's say, and says, hey, would you talk about Cupcake Moon? It's the next best thing and it's gonna go to the moon. So your fans should jump on it before it's too late. Bunch of fans start buying, the price goes up. Sam and his friends will start selling their coins. Congratulations, this is a classic pump and dump. The scams got a lot more complicated now. In order for us to go to the next stage, we need to talk about wallets. When you talk about wallet in crypto, you have two types. You have hard wallets and soft wallet. The hard wallet, which is a flash drive with your information on it, is really imagine it to be a shoebox where you put your money in and you put it under the bed. A soft wallet, on the other hand, is a bank. You take your cash there, you go, you deposit your money, and you can now make transactions and you can open investing accounts, XYZ. I know you're gonna say, hey Zach, look, we don't like the banks, they do the fractional reserve banking, you got the central banks manipulating money and inflation and all of that stuff. I get it, and I'm gonna make a whole video about that, so if you don't want to miss that, go ahead, click the subscribe button. Plus, if you don't, YouTube might not show you my face again. So that being said, you take your money to an actual bank. Let's say here in Canada, we have CDIC, I believe it. If you go deposit your money, up to 250,000 of it is insured, which means the government would give you back the money if that bank goes out of business. So there's not a chance that someone's going to take your deposit and run away with it. That's why we have regulation. But if you end up putting your money with some guy called SBF that runs FTX from the Bahamas with his girlfriends, and said individuals take your money and run away with it,
congratulations, you played yourself.
You can't blame anybody at that point. And if you're talking about investing, buying the Uruguayan peso and hoping it's gonna go up really fast, in fact, even worse, some guy calls you and says, hey, I started a new country and I'm printing money, you should buy it because it's going to go to the moon. It's exactly doing that. Just because it's digital and people are rushing and buying it doesn't make it an investment. This reminds me of the Dutch tulip bulb market bubble. I guess humans, we don't like the change. At the end of the day, when it comes to investing, if you're buying something that is not producing anything, you're just buying something with the hope that somebody else would pay you more money in the future, and it's almost like playing hot potatoes. Money itself is created to facilitate transactions, and by design it loses value over time. So buying more money would not make you rich. Money's job is to help you buy assets. In fact, the lyrics to the Notorious B.I.G.'s song should instead be more assets, more problems. You should always look to buy more assets. That will infinitely generate more cash flow for you, and that's what you're looking for, not just cash. In fact, I am now going to be selling more assets, more problems merch, so go ahead, check that in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.